All right, welcome. In the next few minutes, we're going to turn you into a proactive pet detective. This is your quick guide to an at-home checkup that seriously can make a huge difference in your cat's health. You ready? Let's get into it. Because here's the thing, right? Our cats can't just tell us when something feels off, but their bodies tell a story. Every little detail is a clue, from their shape to the way they scratch. And learning to read those clues is one of the most important things we, as their owners, can do. So let's start with the big picture. Part 1 is all about decoding your cat's shape. Our first mission is to really look at their overall body condition. And the first thing to know is this. You can pretty much forget the number on the scale. I know, it's what we all look at, but it can be super deceiving. A cat with a bigger bone structure isn't necessarily overweight. The real story and what vets actually look at is their silhouette. It's all about their shape and proportions. This slide just shows the difference perfectly. Okay, look at the cat on the left. You can actually see its ribs, and it's got that very sharp tuck in its belly. Now, compare that to the ideal cat on the right. See how the lines are just smoother, healthier? That's the goal. Because being too thin can sometimes be a red flag for an underlying health issue. Now, let's look at the other end of the spectrum. The overweight cat on the left has kind of lost its waist, and its belly's rounded out. But look back at our ideal cat on the right again. You can clearly see that little indentation, that slight waist behind the ribs. That's a key sign of a healthy weight, and it's so important because those extra pounds can put them at risk for things like diabetes and joint pain down the road. So here's your quick at-home checklist. Can you easily feel your cat's ribs with just a little bit of fat covering them? When you look down from above, can you see a waist? Is their belly fat pad pretty minimal? If you can say yes to all of these, your cat is very likely in that ideal range. Okay, so we've sized up the overall shape. Now it's time to zoom in. Let's get our detective hats on and hunt for some tiny, unwelcome guests that can cause some big problems. Fleas are so much more than just an itch. And listen, your cat's behavior is often the first signal. Are they scratching or licking themselves constantly? Have you noticed any red, angry-looking skin, especially around the neck or the base of the tail? Or maybe they've suddenly started avoiding the carpet, which is a known flea hotspot. These are all vital clues you don't want to miss. So, how you confirm your suspicions? Time for a little hands-on detective work. Just grab a fine-toothed flea comb and have your cat hang out on something white, like a towel or even a piece of paper. Gently comb through their fur, paying extra attention to the neck and the base of the tail. Then take a close look at what you've combed out. Now, you might not see an actual flea, but you might find these little black specks. And this is the smoking gun. It looks kind of like pepper, but it's called flea dirt. Here's the crazy part. It's not dirt at all. It's actually digested blood. And the foolproof test? Put these specks on a damp paper towel. If they turn a reddish-brown color, well, you've got your answer. You've got fleas. All right, you've done your investigation and you've found the evidence. Confirmed case. First off, don't panic. Let's move right into our action plan and figure out how to solve this. Let's just start with a number that'll get your attention. $270. That's the average cost for a single visit from a professional flea exterminator. It just goes to show you how serious and how expensive this problem can get, and fast. And here's a quick look at the options. A DIY approach with a spray and a good vacuuming might work for a really mild case, but for anything more serious, you're likely going to need professional help. And as you can see, those costs can escalate really, really quickly. This is exactly why catching it early is a game changer, not just for your cat, but for your home and your wallet. So why are fleas so ridiculously hard to get rid of? This timeline explains everything. The adult fleas you see are just the tip of the iceberg. The real problem is all the eggs and larvae hiding in your environment. But check out this stage right here, the pupa. It forms this tough little cocoon and can stay dormant for months, totally resistant to sprays, just waiting to hatch and start the whole nightmare all over again. And here is a huge myth we have got to bust. If you're thinking, oh, my cat is indoors only, we're safe, I'm sorry, but that's just not true. Fleas are expert hitchhikers. They can ride right into your home on your clothes, on other pets, even on visitors. No cat is completely immune without some kind of protection. So, you know what they say. The best action plan is always a prevention plan. And it's all about simple, consistent habits. Wash all that pet bedding regularly in hot water. Vacuum carpets and furniture like you mean it. And this is the most important one, use a vet recommended monthly flea preventative for every single pet in the house. That is how you break the cycle for good. And that really brings us to our final question for you. Whether it's doing a quick flea comb check or just taking a good, honest look at their shape from above, what's one small thing you can do today? Because being a good pet detective is all about those small, consistent actions that help our furry friends live long, happy, healthy lives.